Slack, it's Good News Planet. I'm here with
Aron, bederson.
Celeste, Lanuza.
Wilfredo, Roldan.
Well, this is going to be exciting because you all have created a show, and when are you performing it?
We are opening Thursday the 7th, and this is a first presentation of the show. We have 6 performances, the 7th, 8th, and 9th at 8 p.m., and the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Which month?
Of December, this week. So,
really?
Yep. We've been
It's a holiday showcase. Holiday showcase. You got
Wow. Alrighty. I thought it was happening later. Are you going to do it again later next year?
Well,
knock on wood.
We hope to be doing it again.
Knock on wood, eh?
Alrighty.
Yes, and then maybe another level of production.
Like happening like immediately. So well, thank you very much for taking time to come in to speak with us. Good News here. You should be rehearsing. No.
Later tonight we will be.
Oh, later tonight.
That's an understatement.
So give us the picture of what kind of a show this is, where it's going to be, and can people come and see it, and all the good news here.
Okay, I guess I'll start with that. I'm Aron Bederson. I'm the producer of the show. And I got that title and the job because I'm part of Medicine Show Theater Ensemble, where the play is being performed. And that's at 549 West 52nd between 10th and 11th, closer to 11th on the 3rd floor. And I know the writer, Steve Greenstein, from the Actors Temple, where I know Paul. And I saw he did a reading of the show. It's called The Last Jew of Boyle Heights. And it's about a neighborhood in LA, and there's a toy factory. There's a Holocaust survivor who runs the toy factory. He has employed some undocumented Mexican workers. Fredo here plays a Vietnam vet. He can talk about his character a little bit.
Yeah.
Celeste is Yesenia.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about all these, it brings up a lot of issues very relevant to today. And, I think it'd be great to hear how our other actors feel about their roles and maybe what they're bringing from their experience to it.
Let me just add one thing, because I know Steve. I'm a member and the board of the Actors Temple, and I did a show with him on his Holocaust family story, his own personal family story. So he's the real thing. In fact, he's an open-minded gentleman, because he actually performed it in St. Malachi's Church, and that's where I videoed it, and it's all good. So tell us a little bit about your role.
Yes, I play the role of Yesenia, and she is Mexicana. She is not Chicana from Los Angeles, United States. She is actually from Mexico, and at this point, we're in the late 90s, she's been there for a few years working without papers in a factory, in a toy factory. And so she deals with the reality of what that is, right? She is a very hard worker. She is very proud of that job. There's nothing demeaning about it for her. She is very happy and grateful to have that job. And then one day she is asked for her papers, and she does not have those, and so she is actually asked to leave and now work in another job that is a little more demeaning to her spirituality as a Christian woman. And I don't want to give away the end of the play because I want you all to come.
Yes.
But I really connect to this role because I am Mexican. I am from the United States. I'm from San Diego, but I am of Mexican descent. And it's a very personal role for me because I come from Southern California, and I've seen a lot of family, close friends deal with this reality just crossing the border to San Diego or to Los Angeles. As a young girl, also my family having to stop there. We deal with the Amtrak reality there as well, and just on trains. And even if you just look Hispanic, you are stopped, you are asked to get out of your car, you are getting your car's checked, you are getting asked a million questions, you know, for several minutes and stopping traffic. It's pretty ridiculous and it's absurd. It's still going on a lot today. And with our phenomenal leadership we have in this country, this couldn't be any more relevant to today. And it's exciting that it's dealing with the Mexican reality because here in New York City, because I feel like we don't speak of that reality as much. And it's a really interesting twist because you do have the Holocaust survivors. And so I feel like with every character, the audience empathizes with each one of them. Even the boss that fires her, you know, because everyone is coming from such their own personal horrible or background or whatever that may be. If that's the Holocaust, if that's, you know, dealing without papers and working undercover, if that's Chicana and being kicked out of your low wage paying job in LA and dealing with racial discrimination or cultural barriers or misunderstanding. Also, Spanish is the language you feel more comfortable with. I mean, everyone is dealing with something. Yeah. And so I think that's really, it's an interesting, it's a really interesting approach that the writer took on it. And it's fun for the audience to kind of look into everyone's path that way. So,
I think half of America was Mexican. Some days ago, okay, for real. All right, I think a lot of people don't even remember that reality. So,
yeah, my character is basically a guy who was a vet who was in Vietnam, who now is a union organizer. I have to deal with the character has to deal with the organizing the union, dealing with the owners of the factories, talking about what the unions do for people and sometimes what they don't do for people. What really got me about this thing that everybody's has a certain amount of pain. You know, the owner of the toy factory got pain from being in a concentration camp, which my in-laws were in when they were in Poland. But they're gone now. And it deals with the Vietnamese War, how everybody really didn't care about the Vietnamese soldier. When he returned from Vietnam, everybody wanted to look at something nice. They didn't want to think about Vietnam because it was such a horrible war. Well, war is horrible. But in this particular case, sometimes babies were being killed. Anyway, but that's war. One thing I really appreciated about the character is that he's going out to help people in his own way. You know, everybody wants to make up something, wants to do something good for people. You know, ultimately, human beings are usually nice people. Most people are very nice. You know, most people don't grow up to be meatheads, for lack of another word. I could say mother, you know what, but we won't do that today.
Yeah, no, I'm, you know, that's, we don't need to, yeah, right, but, well, we're totally under that page. We're good news broadcast. We're promoting the world, and as we see it, the real news, reality of the world is that most of the people are kind, giving, loving, caring.
My mother was very loving when she slapped me upside the head when she told me to do my homework. She was very good. It was all the love. Gotta spread the love.
There you go. And so different ways to love, and different ways for living life peacefully, and giving and receiving, and receiving by giving, and things like that. So this is all nice. So how long is a full performance? A full off-Broadway performance? A full Broadway performance? Like 2 hours, hour and a half? Or
it's
a real whole
it's
show.
Pretty nice. Big script. It's running a little over 2 hours now.
About 2.5 hours.
2.5 with intermission.
And how are you going to do it? Do you have some stage setting? You have any props?
We're going to pray.
Hey, look, prayer does very well in the
No, there's a wonderful.
We're going to be davening over there on the set.
And
a wonderful designer came in. I don't want to say his name wrong. Friend of Steve's, James Dardan, I believe. Apologize if I didn't get that name correct, but he did a really good job. Simple set, but fully staged, and we're using the Medicine Show Theater, and it's a off-Broadway house, under 99 seats.
Yeah.
But very perfect space for the play.
It's an intimate gathering, you know.
Yes.
An intimate theater. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that sounds beautiful. I thought you were doing it at the Actors Temple because we have a theater there.
You do. We
Next time.
Yeah, that's a little. About 200 seats, so you'll bump yourself up.
I'm telling you.
It's a perfect kind of place with the concept of the program.
Yes.
That's really good. So, any other aspect of the show that you think the audience should know?
Immigration, war, you know, problem. People, it's all relative for today. You know, all relative for what's happening today with the immigration problem, the immigration bans. You know, America has always been an open door country. Let them in. Don't keep them out.
I think the fear of deportation
Yeah.
is huge here because Los Angeles and San Diego is very close to Mexico, and so that is huge in this play. Low wages,
The rejection.
the fear of the vanishing American dream, and you know, these young hopeful immigrants coming here. There's so much. I think one thing that we should really capitalize on here and embrace is what we're doing in our process, in our creative process, and because it is the creative process, because it's our first time putting this up and actually staging it besides the reading, and working with the writer, director / actor is very unique in itself, and very
Yes,
fun.
it is. Very unique.
It's a continual growth, I think, for everyone on stage, because we're all working together, and we're all it's fun. You know, it keeps us all on our toes. It's a rare experience that many actors don't get.
The actors I'm working with, I mean, they're so inspirational. And I'm looking at their work. Everybody's dead serious about what they're doing, and you see their faces, and it's so nice to work with a nice group of professionals, you know.
And I want to add about the characters. One thing I think that's really interesting about the play is that these people from these very different experiences, Hirsch, the factory owner, and your character Ortiz, they're coming with different cultural histories, legacies, and baggage, and they can find ways to communicate and help each other and heal.
Yeah.
So that is a very positive message.
Healing process is so important.
And good news.
All right, we like it. Talking about good news, let me ask you two last quick questions, if you don't mind. And say your name first. So I ask these to everyone we interview. What is good news for you individually in any aspect of your life? So if you could mention your name and then say what is good news, and speak to that little camera over there.
I'm Aron Bederson, and good news for me is the arts being healthy and people having the opportunity to create and to be well and to share their gifts with others.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Celeste Lanuza, and wow, good news for me, so many things. I hope I don't go on and on. I woke up this morning, I'm healthy, I'm blessed. I recently moved to New York City a month and a half ago and started rehearsing a few days later for this show. I've been just so grateful to be working in the arts, and I'm really happy that the arts are really thriving in so many different places, and happy to be in such a vibrant city and working amongst people that are very passionate about what they do.
Hi, my name is Wilfred Roldan. Sometimes people ask me what makes me happy. You have to be specific. I'm happy with my work. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with what I'm doing to help people, practicing my art form. I've always been involved with the arts, and being involved with the arts, you're living. You're living. No pretense, you're living. And what I really like to do with my work is send a good message somewhere that's going to be valued by the public, by people, anybody who believes in good work.
There we go. All right, the last question is, Aaron, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just going to give the information on how people can...
One more last question, and
Yes.
then we'll go
Okay.
for that and speak up. We're very involved with the World Peace, International Day of Peace Day on September 21st. 193 countries agreed to it, and we're working very hard to throw a party worldwide for Peace Day. At 12 noon, have the world take a moment of silence for peace. And we have now, according to some research by McKinsey, 1.6 billion people are aware of the day. So now we need to just keep building it and building it and building it, and hugging and doing all the nice things that peace means to each other, or do nothing, whatever it is, but just to celebrate. So I've asked thousands of people, what does peace mean to them? So let's go this way. Say your name again, and what does peace mean to you?
What peace means to me is everybody.
And your name is?
My name is Jose Jimenez. No,
I know Jose Jimenez, of course.
Yeah.
Where's Ed Sullivan?
Jesus. My name is Wilfred Roldan. What peace means to me is that everybody's getting along, living a productive life, and everybody is going in the same direction. You know, you all meet up at the top. That everybody's working their way up to the top, and together they meet. Success is peace. Love is peace. Peace is peace. It's wonderful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Once again, I am Celeste Lanuza. Peace to me is looking at one another, acknowledging each other's presence, and saying hello and asking how they are doing, making sure that everyone is reacting to one another and present and checking up on each other, and using meditation or prayer, whatever that is and whatever that means to you, and taking some time of silence and acknowledging your worth in this world, and how valuable you are, and that you have a purpose, and sharing that with one another as well, and empowering one another, uplifting one another, and continually reaching out.
And I'm Aron Bederson, and what can I add to this? Peace to me is people having the room to do all these wonderful things we've been talking about, take care of themselves and acknowledge others, and to create. And there's so much room for that. So that's what peace is for me.
Okay, thank you very much. One more time, where do they go to learn about the show? And is there a website also?
There is, and we are listed with Medicine Show Theater. So go to www.medicineshowtheater, theater spelled RE.org. And there you'll see a link to the show and a link to the brown paper ticket sites. We're on TDF as well, or you can come to the box office before the show. But there's many ways you can get access to it, and we're going to be at 8 o'clock this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and next week as well at Medicine Show Theater, 549 West 52nd towards 11th Avenue.
All right, break a leg.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you there.
Thank you
very much. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, let me stop the recording, and that's that. About that.
Yeah.